Hi, here I am coming at you with ridiculously good lighting. Almost too bright, but oh well. So today I'm going to do the Darkling Tag, and it is basically, I've been seeing it going around and I had no idea really what it was. I assumed it had something to do with gothiness, and so I finally was able to check it out because instead of just clicking on a random video, actually I did click on some videos and I was confused by it because there was like a book or something about darklings. I don't know. So a couple people that I'm subscribed to did it, so I was able to understand, and they put the questions there. So without further ado, I know I keep saying that. Here goes. What is your favorite candle scent? I would say my favorite candle scent is probably either a vanilla or anything sweet or pumpkin spice type of thing, or apple cinnamon. I don't really burn candles. Now I do wax melt, so anything bakery like. My absolute favorite wax melt is cupcake, and oh my goodness, that one's just so incredible. Do you have a favorite book? I have a lot of books that I like, but I am going to say my favorite, and I've said this lots of times, I'm looking up on my bookshelf because I'm trying to see, because I tend to get the name wrong. Son of the Shadows, the second book in the Seven Wonders series by Juliet Marillier, and that book is just, oh, I can't even describe how amazing that book is. It's exciting. It's fiercely romantic and exciting and adventurous and fantasy and just everything awesome. And no, it is not a romance novel because I said it was romantic. I don't read romance novels. If you ever want to know about it, just go look it up. Juliet Marillier, Seven Wonders series, or ask me personally. Anyway, sorry for going off a tangent there. Number 3, are you a tea or coffee person? I am both. I tend to get ridiculously addicted to coffee and like flavored creamers and mochas and things like that. But then I kind of have to like stave off of that and go back to teas because they're better for me. But I do love tea, and I want to try to love tea more. I'm trying to love tea more. So, both. Number 4, what is your favorite brand and color of lipstick? That's a hard one because there are so many different kinds. For a while, the Wet n Wild Vamp It Up was my favorite, but it took on this weird sticky consistency, and I don't use it that much anymore because it feels gross on my lips. So I would say any basic black that I can pick up, mostly at Halloween time. But my favorite is probably lip pencils because they're so easy to use, like lip crayons, and also inventing your own, like I have today with eyeshadow. That's kind of my favorite thing to do. Inventing your own colors by using lip gloss and then putting on the eyeshadow. What is your favorite perfume or cologne? I do not use perfume or cologne, so I can't answer that one. You know, I'll use body spray once in a while. If I do, it's got to be candy or fruity. Do you have a celebrity crush? This is funny. Well, I mentioned before in a video, here is a really embarrassing thing that I'm going to admit. I did have a celebrity crush big time back in the 90s. I was completely and totally obsessed and in love with Keanu Reeves. I was obsessed with him to the point where I really thought I was going to meet him and that we were going to be together and live happily ever after. And I had collected so many things about him, pictures. I had like over 300, 400 pictures of him. It wasn't like stalker type of obsession, but it was just like, oh. Now I don't know what the heck was wrong with me. That's just not, I don't even really pay attention to him anymore. He's just kind of like an afterthought. And so now I guess my celebrity crush has got to be Johnny Depp. It's just a given. If you have, number 7, if you had to give up the color black, what color would you choose instead? That's a really sad question. I would hate to have to give up the color black. But I would probably pick a very, very dark purple or a very, very dark red. That way I could still have something that's that shade that's very dark. Number 8, if you could change your name to a stereotypical 90s 2000 gothy name, what would that be? I don't even really know what a stereotypical 90s 2000 gothy name is, to be honest. I guess it would just be something having to do with ravens. Raven something. I don't know. Number 9, what are your top 3 tips for surviving hot weather while black clad? Well, I've done pretty good this year, actually. Most of the time, I just give up, and I'm like, I don't want to dress gothy because it's too hot, and all my gothy stuff is warm and fall, and I'm mad because the sun's out, and I don't wear makeup because it just melts off, and I get all cranky and grouchy about it. So this year, I've actually been more successful. I've been able to obtain a lot of black short sleeve t-shirts and other little, kind of little jackets and anything black, just as long as it's short sleeved or a tank top or, black shorts, which I don't really have, or a black skirt like I wore yesterday. Anything that's black but it's summery. What song will always make you happy? And it doesn't have to be a goth band. This is number 10. Wow, this is a hard one to think about. Probably an Ace of Base song. Something jumpy, something fun. Or, there's this one song from, I forget the name of the band. It's Yolanda Be Cool or something like that. They're an Italian-Australian band. And it was a song on Just Dance, and it's just, you cannot help but move to this song, and it tears me up. So I guess I'm gonna pick this one. It's called We No Speak Americano. It's a fun song. Let me just get to the chorus. How could you not dance to that? So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Number 11, are you active in the arts? Example, play an instrument, paint, write, etc. Yes, I am. I do tons of craft projects. I draw and I write poetry. I do write stories every once in a while, just not as often as I have in the past. I used to write them more in high school, but I haven't written a poem. Well, actually, I did write a poem a few weeks ago, but it was a depressing one. So I do write poetry, draw, and do crafts galore. So, yeah. Number 12. If you had a teacup or mug inscribed just for you, what would it have to say? I am insane and you are my insanity. What is your number 1 non-gothy hobby? Probably not really a hobby per se, but probably the fact that I love this stuff, like cute, pinky, Lolita type stuff, and I just love looking at it and stuff like that, and creating cute things like this, pink and cute and candy-like and Hello Kitty-ish, and yeah, just probably things like that, just really cutesy things. Number 14, if you could be a supernatural creature, what would it be and why? A dragon, because I love dragons, and because that is my Chinese sign, is a dragon. and probably because I can be awesome and fly and have fire and breathe it and burn things because I like fire. 15. What horror monster-based superpower would you have? I have no idea because I don't know. I haven't really thought of that. Maybe something that would have to do with invisibility? That'd be pretty cool. Number 16. Do you feel confident or comfortable interacting with other goths or gothy people, online or in real life? Why or why not? I feel comfortable interacting with them online because that's the only people that I know that are gothy. I don't know any goths in real life. I mean, I consider my friends online real life friends, but as far as actually meeting them, I haven't met anybody that's alternative or gothy in real life, and I'd like to someday, but I'm afraid that if I did that, they'd be like completely elitist and tell me all this horrible stuff about me that I'm not this and I'm not that. But, you know, I really don't care, but at the same time, I don't want to hear that, and I don't need to hear that. So I think people, when I first started making videos, I had a couple of people, you know, kind of just jump on me and treat me like that. But for the most part, everybody online's been so accepting and wonderful, and yeah, so I do feel comfortable. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable around them in real life. I have no idea. But if it was my friends online, then yeah, I'd totally feel comfortable around them. Number 17, which is more important for a look, gray hair or makeup? I'm going to go with the makeup because if you have awesome gothy makeup, then you can have your hair whatever way you want. You know, it doesn't really matter. You could have it up, down, braids, pigtails, shaved, whatever you want. As long, I mean, the makeup like sells the gothy look. I do want to experiment more with hair, but number 18, is there something you wish there was more of in your subculture? I don't even consider myself part of the goth subculture. I don't know. It's probably because I've never really conformed to anything, and I've never really felt like I belonged anywhere. So I don't know if I am part of the subculture. I'm just unusual and different, and I like what I like, and I do what I do and dress and do makeup the way I want for that day. So I don't know. But if I were to choose like the goth subculture, what I would like more, I would say for them to be a little more accepting. And I find the labels really annoying. I have to be honest. I don't like the whole baby bat thing and the whole elder goth thing. But you know, if that's, I mean, I understand it's been around for years, and I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying I don't prefer the labels. I'd rather just be like, that's what you like, that's what you're into. You identify as goth, and you are goth, you know. I just don't like the whole elitist stuff. So that's what I would change, kind of the labels and the elitistness. 19. Care to share an embarrassing story related to your darkliness? I don't really have anything other than, like I was saying the other day, that the people that come up to me when I am dressed up are older people, and it's kind of quirky. It's kind of weird. Like, really, you, of all people, are complimenting me? And it's just kind of like, wow, okay. And I don't really get compliments from the younger people. The younger people actually look at me weird and a little bit more judgmental. And yeah, so that's not really embarrassing, but it's weird. And number 20, how are you at DIY? Awesome. No, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I love doing DIY. I love learning how to make new things. I love embellishing things, making my own stuff, own hair stuff, own jewelry, own makeup ideas, you know, anything, own clothing stuff. I made this. So yeah, I love DIY. So I guess if you love it, then you're good at it. or at least by my standards. So that was the Darkling Tag. I don't know who to tag, because I don't know who hasn't done it. So anybody who's watching this who's interested, just go and do it. And thanks for watching. Bye.